Hello, hello, hello. This is Jason from the Game Warrior. And today we're going to take a little bit of a look at Mythic Games, which is a topic some of you have been talking about with me. So let's go over here. Yesterday, so the first of this, as I heard, is that the guy over the King of Average, I'm not sure his name, but he said Mythic had an announcement coming and that he was going to do an interview with Leo. So I've been checking his channel and I haven't seen that. But I did finally see last night this email right here. It's not an email, it's a Facebook post. Okay, so Mythic Games transforms to a better face in 2023. Now, we all know they've been having some serious problems. My advice has been that they need to sell off the game company and see if they can make that work and survive, or put it over into bigger hands like Simon or Awakened Realms. And so a little bit of that, it seems like, is happening. But this post is, again, an example of where I just think they need a publicist. I mean, maybe they need to hire the guy at King of the Average or reach out to me or someone that's just, if you read the comments, there's so many unanswered questions that it just boggles the mind that they didn't think to answer them. And they've kind of fallen into this trap a lot. So they need someone who can talk. Now, it's too bad because I remember when I was asking questions of Sam Healy when he was there, he was very clear and forthright. Maybe that's why they had hired him. And it's too bad they let him go, or he left on his own purposes. I'm not sure. So let's go over it. They say that 15,000 backers have already delivered on Darkest Dungeon and counting. They're proud about that. And here's the first question. Again, so many people didn't pay the shipping increase, right? I was happy to do it. Oh, by the way, I do, full disclosure, I have my Darkest Dungeon. Very happy. People wouldn't pay it. And that's their deal. And I think a lot of those people have asked for refunds that they haven't gotten. So, and then there's wave 2. So you just got to address that. You immediately, right out of the gate, listen to me, Leo or whoever's running that over there. Listen, I'm on your side. I'm on your side. You can do better here. What happens to the people who didn't pay the shipping increase, which I supported fully? Don't get egoic. What happens to them? Are you going to refund them? Are you going to ship it to them later? A long time ago, you said, well, if you can't do it, we can't afford to give it to you, so it's just going into the warehouse. And there's a big question because we know you've shipped a lot to your warehouse, I'm guessing here in America, because you can order it off your website. Now, I don't know if anyone's out there listening and you've ordered off their website and you got it from that website. Have those shipped out yet, right? So a lot of people are jumping to a conclusion here, right? It's a very simple conclusion to jump to. It's, hey, did you take my money for my initial pledge because I won't pay or can't pay the extra shipping? I've just lost it, and now you're selling that on your web store? What's going on? You really just need to talk. You need to talk, Mythic. I mean, you need to talk even if you're going, yeah, that's what we're doing. And we're hoping by doing that, we'll get enough money to keep the company afloat and pay some bills and get my daughter some Christmas presents. I mean, or you can say things like, and I hope that it'll keep the company afloat, that later on we can circle around and give those people their refunds. Or what? What? You got to be honest. It's time. Right now, your company's in such a disaster. Publicly, you have to be core honest. I know you don't want to do that because I'm watching all of what you do. And something inside of you is, I think you feel ashamed, I'm guessing. I am a psychologist, so I know a little bit about what I'm talking about here. I think you feel, I'm sure it's all been horrible. I'm sure the leaders of this company are not sleeping at night. I get it. I get it's horrible. But your answer is more honesty rather than less. It really is. Do you want to survive? Listen to me. Do you want to survive? Because if you do, more honesty, more core. Have someone help you craft these messages. Darkest Dungeon, counting. What about the people immediately? The people who didn't pay the shipping. What? You got to talk about it. You got to talk about it, my friends. Darklands. It took me a long time to figure out what Darklands was. I went and looked up, searched around. So I think it's an expansion for enchanters. We do learn later. I'm going to jump ahead, not from you, which is amazing that we didn't learn this from you guys at Mythic, but someone puts a quote down below and it says that you've sold enchanters, Steam Watchers, and Fantasy Brawl to Simon. Good. Start. Nice start. Nice start. Are there other IPs you've sold? Well, what's going on? Okay, so there we go. You say that Six Siege and Rise of the Necromancers are scheduled for delivery in 2023. Okay. Okay. Good. Let's go to GameFound here and say Six Siege. Well, was it? I thought you used. There it is. Six Siege. There's a space in it. All right. So you've locked the pledges. I think I pledged like a very basic pledge. This one, I think I did the $69 one. Which is crazy. I don't know if you can open these again. Something to say to you, but I just don't trust you. Now, if I did trust you, I would up my pledge. I'd get a bigger game. I'm looking forward to this game. So just a note there. You should talk about that. Six Siege. Now, Rise of the Necromancer is something I didn't back. So I think I'll be getting the small, basic version of Six Siege. Good. I'm good. I'll get something. You get, good job. And then as set as a goal, this is the one after the other pending games that we have successfully launched, of which Hell and Anastyr are the flagship projects. So Hell is a big one because a lot of people, if you're out there, are really interested in that game and are really excited. I've just got Modiphius's Elder Scrolls, Skyrim. And while the rule book is horrible, a lot of the other stuff is there, and they're able to get these games out. There's a lot of companies delivering on their games. There's a lot. There is a difference between, there's games companies out there. Lazy Squire is one of them that says, yeah, we're just working, we're just behind, we're always behind. It's like, well, there's other companies that aren't behind. So there's a way to do it. Like, I know you guys might, at Mythic and maybe Lazy Squire, I'm going to throw you guys and say, well, we're doing all we can. No, you're not. You're not doing all you can. You can do better. Yeah, and I mean it. Like, if I was in your shoes, I would do better. I literally would. I'm not being mean. I would do better because that's the way I do things. I do them better. And so I know the global pandemic. I know the shipping crisis. I know. But other companies are getting it done. So that tells you, oh, wait, there's a way to do this. Let's get this done. So, Hell, get it to us. Again, so when you went, so it says 23, you're going to get Six Siege and Rise of the Necromancer. So what's Hell looking like? 2024? What's Anastyr looking like? I have a $20 pledge on Anastyr. You'd probably get $400 or $500 from me. That game looks so amazing as long as I actually trusted you. And I know a lot of people, the reason Anastyr bombed for you is because you hadn't delivered the other ones. You used it as I'm going to save the company. And that was a bad idea. Like, who came up with that? It's about leadership. And look, you can do it. You got to get your minds into it. You got to, exercise your minds. You got to exercise your bodies. There's ways to do it. And I know it looks like you're trying here, so I'm happy with that. A rationalization of the portfolio. That's the weirdest word there, but it basically means you're selling off everything except for Darkest Dungeon, Hell, and Anastyr. So immediately people are saying, what about Six Siege and what about Monster Apocalypse? Again, both ones I've invested in. And again, Monster Apocalypse is one I would invest in way more. I got a little one. Again, I just never trusted you. It just doesn't take this long to deliver games. It just doesn't. Other companies are doing it. Big ones like Simon, Awaken Realms. They're late on almost everything, but only a little bit late. Unless they have a True Advanced Legends Disasters, which is Simon did. Okay, then the next thing, you're reorganizing the teams. Well, okay, what are you telling us for? I don't know. Right, something going on inside. That means that's code for 90% of people. Like Elon Musk, you just fired 75% of the workforce. I'm sure you had to. That's what reorganization of the teams means. Just say that. Yeah, we've had to let almost everybody go. It's just because we can't make payroll. If we're going to get you games, yeah. So where is in there? I understand you're worried. Well, in this letter, the first time I understand you guys are worried. I understand. I get it. I'd be worried too. It's been tough. We've made some major mistakes, and this is our plan for getting it back together. And be in detail. There's not enough detail here, friends. Digitalization of the company. Again, I read that and it was all buzzes and clicks to me, right? You're using tools to try to, get more communication. One thing you're saying in the reorganization teams, you'll be able to communicate to us better. Hopefully. I mean, I know so many people just online. So many people are out there going, I've asked for a refund. It's been 6 months. I mean, you don't even respond. You have to have some integrity here. I don't know. I've been on the fence with you guys. This is a message to you that I believe you guys are good people who are just had a bad thing happen and don't have the skills to match it. Good people. One. Had a bad thing happen, which is the global crisis, and you don't have the skills to do this. You're not qualified. That's my belief in you. So many people out there, because of the way you've handled this, think you're crooks and evil and incompetently stupid. And it's because of the way you communicate. And I know you may feel shame and you may be stressed and you may be bankrupt and all sorts of bad stuff might be happening. I'm going to say this again. You've got to listen. Well, you don't have to. Listen like from the heart. It's time to be honest. It's time right now. It's time to come back. It's time to do an interview. Let's do an interview. You and me, you and the king of the average. Whoever, I don't care. Let someone who's going to ask the hard question get every one of these things answered. And if you go, you know what, I'm just terrified. I'm just so terrified I might lose my house. My wife's divorcing me. She's taking the kids. Let us know. Let us know. It's time to be vulnerably honest with the world here. This is your big test in life. This is a big one. Whoever you guys are, this is your big test. Okay. This new transformation will guide us into the future of Mythic Games that will focus on providing a positive overall board game and community experience for you. Well, who wrote that line? Positive? We just want our games. Who wrote that? Come on. Thank you for your patience and support, but you didn't really tell us too much. Guys, you can do so much better. Let's go over here. Anastyr. Do you know how good this game looks? It just looks amazing. But you got to tell us something about it. Where is it in development? Honest truth, Jason. No developers are on it. It's stopped because we got to try to get this done. I have 5 employees and they're all working on this one, 6 Siege. And that's going to take about a year, and Anastyr's 2-3 years out. Okay, honesty. And don't ask for refunds. We're not giving them until we try to get this thing righted. Or I'm in contact. Maybe you were in contact with Simon. You're going, will you take Anastyr? And Simon was like, nope, we didn't. And the deal fell through. I mean, what? Right? Maybe you have to think outside the box. Okay, so Anastyr, what do we got? Solomon Kane, a lot of people. Boy, I'll tell you right now, if you had these in the shelf, it was sitting there right on the shelf, and I'd give you 130 or 40 bucks or whatever it is, I'd just buy one. A lot of positive about this game, but can't get it. You guys didn't run that right, and you didn't mention in this wonderful text anything about Solomon Kane. Why would you do that? Rise of the Necromancers, I didn't order it. I wasn't interested in it, so I'm glad you're shipping it for those who invested. But you could have given us more information like when. Big one, Monster Apocalypse. Monpoc, as people call it. I mean, this is a game I want to just buy everything for. I want it all. I mean, this is one of those games where all the expansions are going to be used. Kind of like a Marvel United or Marvel United X-Men. This is one where all the extras are going to be used. I hope you guys don't screw this one up. Okay. Enchanters, don't play that game, but now it's over at Simon, as we understand. Hell. Oh, hell. Where art thou? Boy, I wish you guys give us some information on that. Okay, I'm just repeating myself. Hey, guys. You got to understand that people are frustrated, and you got to say, I get it. I know you're frustrated. I saw someone post from your work on a Darkest Dungeon page, and they got defensive, and they said, hey, This hate has got to stop. You're not helping us. And I agree with you. I agree with that person. I think it was the Darkest Dungeon page, and someone just came out and was like, we've got problems. But what you need to do, and listen up, is take full responsibility for them. It's like, this is all our problem. Because it is. It's your problem. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, it's your problem. So take responsibility for it. You've got a problem. Your company is not working the way it should. Right? And you know it was you. You know that it was failed leadership. It's not, it certainly wasn't great. It certainly wasn't great that the shipping crisis, COVID happened. That sucked. But you guys didn't have the skills to do it right. You spent money you shouldn't have. I mean, the biggest companies like Simon and Awakened Realms don't hire a Sam Healy to do weekly videos. I mean, right? Some skills were missing. You hit big on Darkest Dungeon, $5.5 million. Man, who knows how much you got on the late pledge, right? And then you spent all that money in the wrong places. You got to admit it. You got to just admit it. Come clean to everyone. Let's see if we can't rebuild this. If you got the community behind you. Now, let me show you something. Shadowborn Games, right? Shadowborn Games. They ran into problems. They got it. They looked at all the, just did it, and they couldn't get the games delivered to you unless they asked for donations of extras. So they asked openly. We screwed up. We're sorry. This isn't all our fault, but I really take responsibility. I told you. I even wrote a thing to you guys about it, and and then you came back and actually followed up with another email out to your backers that seemed like you had actually listened to me, and you were much more forthright. So listen to me again, but this time for real, because you did that, and then the mean shit came, and you couldn't handle it, right? Because you're under fire. I mean, people are saying mean stuff to you. I get it, right? You're like, oh, you want to flip them off and say no. You got to just stand there in the fire. Go, yeah, I get it. Bring it on. But we're at a place now where we're at because of our past choices. We're responsible. And what we want to do in this responsible place is from here, how do we continue? How do we get people Anastyr? How do we get people Darkest Dungeon? How do we fix the people who couldn't pay or didn't pay their shipping contribution extra? And can we get them a refund, or can we get them their games even without that? What can we do? We want to problem solve. And it's going to take total vulnerability. Start. Then you're going to have to get competent. Then you're going to have to figure some things out. So I haven't seen the vulnerability. I don't really see the competence. What you guys are good at is creating some good games. So why don't you turn everything over to someone else? That's why you want to sell this to Simon or Awakened Realms. You guys handle everything else. We'll just do the games. And then when you come in, they go, hey, we need this in 6 months, and you don't do it, then they fire you and get someone else. Right? Let's just get it done. They get the sculptors done. They get the things done. They get the shipping. They get everything handled. This isn't easy for anybody. But let's finish this video, this 18 minutes, to say I hope and send you the best possible vibes. It looks like you guys are alive. I mean, I thought you were going to announce, we're done, it's out. So 6 Siege is in the plans, if you're being honest with us. Necromancer, so 2 of the games will ship. Maybe you'll figure a way to, get Monster Apocalypse back to, Privateer Press. That would be nice. You don't have to deal with that. And then maybe you can sell enough of this to deal with the Darkest Dungeon people, who didn't contribute their shipping extra. Then can you get Hell out? And can you communicate to us we need an extra bit of shipping for that? Okay. And then can you get it all towards Anastyr? Well, another way to look at it is this is a fantastic challenge. Like, smile. Like, it's a challenge. I got advice. Go read some books by David Goggins. He's got one book out that's been out for a while. He's got a brand new one come out. David Goggins. Go read his books. Watch his stuff. He's been on the Joe Rogan podcast a number of times. Go. David Goggins. You got to toughen up. Me too. We all do. You got to toughen up, and you got to find a way in your mind to make it through this. We support you. Here at the Game Warrior, we support Mythic Games getting this together. We're going to request that you get really vulnerable, that you get really authentic, you get really honest. And we wish you the best of luck. You can do it. You can do it if you do those things. If you don't do those things, if we don't see some things coming soon, we'll know that you're not going to make it. And you'll know too. If you can't get vulnerable and honest and true right now, you're not going to make it. You're not going to skate through. And all those people calling you dishonest liars and thieves would be right. So don't make them right.